Hello everybody, I'm Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and my podcast, and I'm back with another edition of Front Row, these live music performance reactions, and I am back in the wonderful world of Elvis Presley with a first time listen and watch reaction to Make the World Go Away from Las Vegas in 1970. Now, before I get into that, just a quick reminder that I do pause these videos, I do talk over them. Still get people ask me why I do that. So I'm going to say again up front, that's how I react to these. That's what these videos are. So apologies if that's not your bag. But if it is, I would recommend, as always, that you watch this performance in its entirety before you see me butcher it by talking all over it and providing my own commentary. Another reminder as well that I do appreciate feedback. You can leave comments here on the channel, and I love hearing from you learned Elvis Presley fans and getting a bit of context about these performances, as well as insights into my reactions and also suggestions for future performances to cover. And last but not least, please do check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the audio podcast that shares his feed, as well as the other film, TV, and music and general pop cultural goodness that is also here in this channel. But I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to hit play, and we are going to watch Make the World Go Away from 1970. Let's go. Immediately, there's an almost Mediterranean sound to this. Very kind of, I can imagine just from the music, driving a coastal road in southern France or Italy. You know, the top down, like something out of a European new wave movie or a James Bond film. You know, almost John Barry-esque, lush score. So yeah, let's get it back into this.
Oh, make the world go away.
Stop again. Sorry, we'll go back. One of the things that really impresses me about Elvis, certainly in his later career, is just how much his voice cuts across. It's like this sharp kind of, almost like icy clarity to it. You know, that crispness that's just so powerful and pure. I've talked before about his enunciation, but it's not just the clarity that he pronounces the words. It's just the sharpness of the timbre, the cadence of his voice. He's so powerful. It just really just powerfully, it's an indisputable presence. Let's go back to the beginning. Cheers, Elvis.
Oh, make the world go away. Get it off my shoulder. Say the things you used to say, and make the world, make it go away.
A couple of things here. Again, that amazing tremulous sort of vibrato that he's got, that control, the subtlety and power, you know, that again, that dichotomy of the subtle and the pageantry of the performance as well. The other thing I think's really interesting about Elvis is his ability to have this kind of tone of almost pleading. You know, I mean, I think about If I Can Dream. That's not an assertion as much as he's pleading. And this song as well already, you know, you can tell that lyrically it's about somebody sharing your burden or helping you with the weight of the world, the feeling of the weight of the world on your shoulders. And there's something about his voice, and it's to do with not just his technique, but of course the emotional sincerity of the way he performs, at least in the small number of performances of his I've seen so far. Again, still very much a novice here. Do not claim to be any kind of expert here. This is all just my observations. And there's something about the way he uses his voice in that pleading way that's so effective and yearning, and there's so much pain in there and need and desperation. But of course, that's contrasted with the humor of his performances as well. And it creates a safe space, like a roller coaster or a horror movie, you know, or something where you get to experience something that's emotional and visceral, but with an element of safety around it. That spoonful of sugar element of the humour of his performances. Great performance so far.
Do you remember when you loved me? Before the world took you away. Well, if you do, then forgive me and make the world, make it go away. Yeah, make the world go away.
Wow.
Yeah, get it off my shoulder. Say the things you used to say and make the world, make it go away. Now I'm sorry if I hurt you.
Great little moment now with the band. The drummer did a little quite quirky percussive flourish there, and Elvis caught it and acknowledged it as well. So that's another joyous element of these performances, is seeing the collegial relationship between the band, and they're entertaining each other. And I've talked before about how what you often see in these Elvis performances is this kind of collective act of conjuring that you see, and it's this relationship between the band and Elvis and the audience as well. And at the center of the storm, powering this, giving the 1.21 gigawatts, is the king himself. But of course, it's not just him. The fact that there's a band and an audience there, and the energy and the exchange of energy and the exchange of humor and of music and response and reactions, he's feeding this thing and just creating this, manifesting this incredible thing that wasn't there. I love that. I'm going to rewind. That's a nice little moment. Just listen out for it in the background.
Now I'm sorry if I hurt you. Let me make it up to you day by day. And if you will, please forgive me and make the world, make it go away. Oh, make the world go away. Yeah, get it off my shoulder.
It's that stuff, the get it off. The way he sort of repeats himself, you can feel him almost stomping his foot, and and that was there in blues, of course, and gospel, I guess. But this is being put in front of a large, middle class audience who are probably used to more easy listening type music, Sinatra and Dean Martin and people like that, who I'm not criticizing. I'm a big fan of those guys, but there's that kind of rawness, the rock and roll, the blues, that Appalachian, the poverty, the ruralism coming through. And I think that what I'm starting to learn about Elvis is how oversimplified his legacy, how caricaturized his legacy is. And of course it is. When you get that level of iconographical power, whether you're James Dean or Marilyn Monroe or Michael Jackson or religious figures, dare I say it, it's you get reduced to an image. And there's usually some truth in that. But I think that when people think of Elvis, you've got that, the early career, you've got the movies, and then you've got the Vegas figure. But there's so much nuance and complexity with all of those eras that I'm already starting to see that complexity and nuance and realize how dangerous and just wrong it is to reduce any of those to caricature. And what you see here is there's actually something really transgressive about these later performances, in that, sure, it does have all of the kind of pomp and circumstance and pageantry and performative razzmatazz that you would associate with Las Vegas and these large productions. But within the context of that, there is a rawness and a looseness and a power that is kind of challenging that audience as much as it's entertaining them. And I love that.
Say the things you used to say and make the world, make it go away.
Oh, guitar solo. It's jazzy. Telecaster by the look of it.
I'll make the world go away.
There he is.
Yeah, get it off my shoulder.
Bleeding.
Say the things we used to say. And make the world go away. Thank you.
Another killer performance. Wow, this guy can do it all. I mean, this is a really great example, I think, of his roots coming through. I mean, the song itself, it's a lovely kind of almost easy listening, Bacharackian kind of pop song. But that pleading nature of it really gives Elvis the opportunity to do what he does best, which is to just be pure emotion. And you also get some really fun little interactions with his band here. Yeah, that's great. And the other thing as well is, I mean, I am a real beginner when it comes to Elvis, but I'm a music fan. I've been a music fan all my life. I love pop music. I love rock and roll. So, I am aware, of course, of a lot of Elvis's songs, like, the big hits that probably most people who have even a passing interest in popular music would know. But there's such a wealth of material out there, of songs that I have never heard performed by this incredible human being. And when I'm a big fan of something, whether it's a TV series or a movie series or a musician, I often talk about how I kind of almost wish that I could erase my memory and experience them for the first time, the songs and the performances and the biographical details and the documentaries and all the kind of geeky stuff that I love to consume along with the music. And I'm getting to do that here, and I know that there are people watching this who have probably watched these performances many times, and I hope that you're getting something out of re-experiencing them through me, because I am seeing these with the kind of purity of the first time, and that's such a treat for me to be able to do. So let me know what I should cover next. Like and subscribe, and do leave comments here, and check out all of the other content on this channel. Thank you so much. Elvis Presley, wow, the king. See you soon.